interesting thing. They're giving us a runway 32 northeast practice area at 52 Hotel. At Alpha 3, clear for takeoff, and we'll make a right turn and traffic 52 Hotel. Alright, so lights, camera, action, that's on. This is our turn. I don't feel like being a bug on the window of an E75 today. So we're good here. We can cross. So for 3-2, we're going to make actually a left turn because 3-2 is the runway that goes this way.
Okay.
Right, so a little bit of power in. See those last two, we got kind of squirrely, right? A little bit too much rudder input when we're going fast, pedal input, excuse me. When we're going quickly, it kind of gets us a little wobbly. If you just come off of the pedals and figure the whole thing out, then what's essentially going to happen is it's going to stabilize itself. Now, it might be pointed a little crooked. At that point, you can put that input in, right?
I might have misunderstood that. So I thought that you were supposed to use the rudders generously, but not necessarily just like a plain fly.
So when you get squirrely, like we did on those last two, you come off of them and let everything settle down.
Thank you.
Right. Now, if we were going really quickly, we're going to stop right here and do our clearing runway checklist. Medford traffic, Skyhawk 52 Hotel, clear of active runway. Medford.
Pitot heat off.
Yep.
So
at 1,000.
Oh, sorry.
So, we can pause for a second and check that. So, with the rudders, right? Yes, usually, like when we put power in and the airplane wants to turn left, I have to put a good amount of right rudder in, right? Because we get the torque, Newton's third law tells us weight goes on our left main, so it wants to go left. So we got to put that in.
Okay.
When you get on the ground and you're going at a high rate of speed, the rudder inputs or the pedal inputs are like magnified, right? So it'd be like if you're driving your car at 10 miles an hour and you want to turn, you got to really crank the wheel. If you're driving your car at 100 miles an hour and you crank the wheel, what's going to happen, right? You're going to skid or roll or something like that. Now this airplane's not probably going to roll. And if we get in a situation where we're really squirrely at a high rate of speed, we're going to put the power in and go around, right? We have the ability to get off the ground and out of that situation.
Even if you touch the ground and it's
Yeah. If it's not happening, we reject the landing. Put the power in, take off, start cleaning flaps up and all that nonsense after you get in the air.
Yes,
right?
sir.
And this next time we do pattern work, we're going to practice go arounds because there's something that you have to be good at. But I don't really like to throw that at you until we've done a little bit more.
Right.
What I'm referring to is on both of those, once we land it, a little bit too much of a rudder input was probably put in, and then you could feel it. It almost starts to feel like a fishtail.
Yes.
And you notice that too, right?
Correct.
Okay. So when you start to get that fishtail and you feel like, because this is an issue I had, when, honestly, until my commercial, I would land and I would get on the rudders to keep center line. I'd put way too much rudder in and I'd start doing this and I'd get really sketched out and I'd go around, or I'd put too much back in the other way and so the plane's like doing this nonsense. My instructor told me, and he was right, these airplanes are very, very stable. They're designed to go in a straight line, right? And that doesn't necessarily just mean in the air. So if you get fishtailing, the best thing you can do is just get your feet off the rudders. Okay. Just for a little bit, right? You're still slowing down, your power's idle and you're on the ground, so you have a lot of drag. The airplane is still gonna slow down. If you come off the rudders, the pedals, what's going to happen is that fishtailing is going to stop. Now, it might stop at a 45-degree angle, and then you can maybe start trying to put a little bit of that rudder back in, or you can go, screw this, I'm getting out of here. Okay. You know what I mean? But as it slows down, everything is going to get... is it my controls or your controls? It's yours. It's yours, sorry. And that's the other thing. Sometimes I'll help you, but unless we specifically say that we switch controls, just go ahead and use the controls.
Yes, sir.
But that's what I mean, right? If you come off the rudders, it's going to stabilize enough for you to then put an input in to help yourself out.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and go through this. Yeah, absolutely.
So, clearing the runway, the pitot heat is off.
Is it? That's not pitot heat.
No, pitot heat is, let's see, right here.
Yeah.
Alright, so, alright. Aircraft lights.
They're good.
Carburetor heat is now
Off. Yep.
So
in is off, out is on. Yeah, I know. It doesn't make sense, honestly. I wish it was the other way, but...
No, I just get something.
So what we get to play with, so...
Alright, sounds good to me. Alright, so then pitot tube. Okay, so that's parking. So, clear runway. So, mixture lean as required, so an inch.
Yep.
So, turn it.
Turn it, pull it, whatever. Just don't pull it all the way out or else it'll shut it down.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Alright, man.
Flaps are up.
Flaps are
Which
up.
I did that to help us slow down. So that's one of those things, since they give us so much extra lift, if I decide I really want to slow down, this thing where I'm like, this is going too well, I need more drag. Right? And I can throw it in. Now, it's a little bit weird because basically what it is you still have that drag on the ground, but the benefit of getting all of your lift out outweighs the extra.
Okay. Cool.
You know what I mean? Because it puts all the weight on the tires. So it actually increases the drag from the tires and it increases braking effectiveness.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's why I do that. I don't want you to do that unless we're doing a short field day.
Sounds good.
But that's why you see me do that sometimes.
So I'm going to set that a little bit above the line.
Yep. There we go. Perfect. And then I think we're ready to go, right?
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Metro traffic, Skyhawk 5 to hotel, taxi to Millionaire from Alpha 4 to Alpha. Alright, go nuts. That was a weird day. Sorry that it was a weird day, but at least we got me here, right?
I learned something.
Yep.
Alright, and I appreciate it, man. Thanks for explaining that.
Of course, yeah. And if you're confused about something, you know, if you ask me to explain it in the air and I don't have time or I don't think it's a good time to explain it, I will tell you that and we're gonna write it down and we'll talk about it on the ground.
Well,
right? Just let me know.
A lot of my questions probably could be answered with some flight school. So sorry.
Yeah, with some ground school.
Ground school, not flight school.
Yeah. Yep, probably. You know, the ground schools, I've heard a lot of people really like the Rod Machado one, but I think you said you were into the Scorpions, right?
Well, I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, I've never heard of it until like just the other day, but I've had 3 people that did it.
It's called what now?
Rod Machado.
Okay.
I'll here, text it to you. The next right is going to be all right.
Okay.
I just don't want to take it too fast, but yeah, good job.
I think also knowing like, okay, yeah, 2300 is the pattern altitude, but then knowing speeds, just a little bit more the what to do, when to do it.
Right. And that is why I'm going to make you take a picture of the whiteboard and go home and study that.
Great.
Because the other thing too is like, do you feel a little nervous when we get into the pattern?
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's natural. When I don't fly for a week, I'm a little bit nervous when I go to landing.
Oh, you know, I'm just in a plane, you know?
Right. Well, and like I took my dad flying that day. I took my dad flying. We come into land, and I'm like, ooh, why am I nervous? Like, I've done this before, but you know, your dad's in a plane, so it's a little different. Yeah. But knowing the steps and having the steps memorized, if you talk to athletes, we're going to follow this around here. We're going to turn on the other side of the helicopter. If you talk to like athletes, there's a quote, I don't know who it is, I'm going to butcher the quote, I can't remember who said it, so I'm not doing a good job of giving credit, but basically it's like, I'm not nervous because I know I'm prepared. Preparation is how you get rid of nerves. You know what I mean? So if you go in and say, I know exactly when to do this, I know exactly when to do that, I know exactly when to, where I'm going to turn and things like that, so now we can start making a left turn.
So it's kind of like a soccer game. When you go into it, if you're not nervous, you probably haven't practiced hard enough.
If you are nervous, you haven't practiced hard enough.
That's what I think.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I'm sorry, my ears are not clearing. So, yeah, 100%. It's, if you are not prepared, you will be a little bit nervous. And so we're actually going to follow this center line right here. That one. Okay. Yep. And then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of point ourselves, you see that T between these two, blue and white plane? We're going to try and turn ourselves so that we can go backwards. We're not going to go forward into it, we're going to go backwards. Right?
Okay.
So just feel that differential braking.
Yes.
There we go. And then we'll do that, so you know the nose. Alright, your controls again?
My controls.
And go ahead and run us through shutdown. I just texted Rod Machado.
Thank you very much. So we're going to turn off the PFD, the FFD, and then the avionics.
Yep.
I guess all I was saying is if you're playing like a good team, you're still going to be a little bit nervous.
Sure, yeah.
Because you know that a little bit of nervousness is healthy in a way.
Nervousness is healthy, right? But if a little bit is good.
Not a lot of it.
Preparation helps dial that back and lets you calm down.
Yes, sir. So avionics is off. Throttle is going to go.
Throttle is going to stay at 1,000. I don't know why that's on there.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault. That's exactly what the checklist said. Bradley's working on updating our checklist right now.
Great.
So.
Okay, so then we got the mixture at idle cutoff.
Skipped one.
Oh, Magneto's check.
So you're going to go to off and then back. almost like a gear. So it extends when you start it and spins it super fast, so the teeth on the flywheel will chip.
Okay. Real quick on that.
Yeah.
The keys are going to be on the floor when I take the magnetos to off, but we're not there yet.
So we did magneto check, and then we do mixture idle cutoff.
Okay, so mixture idle cutoff
All the way
turn
out.
it off. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we're going to go all the way out. And then make sure you get the tactic time.
And then throttle, and then you can turn the keys off.
Okay, we're good on that?
Yeah,
no,
the keys don't turn it off.
That's right, the master does.
Yep, and I've got it anyway, so you can turn the master off.
You're gonna take keys, so, alright, so turn the master off. And then the beacon switch off.
Yeah, you can turn all those off.
Off, okay. And then the landing lights. Heck yeah, man. Alright, so.
Sweet. And then I'll let you start working on getting stuff shut down, because I gotta put my life back together since I'm done for the day.
Getting stuff shut down would
Oh,
be...
I'm sorry. You know what? We're not gonna do any of that until we push this back into place. So grab the tow bar.
Okay.
I forgot we weren't actually in a parking spot.
Keys are right there. Just put them right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, tow bar. Now this was probably...
Yeah. Alright, same thing. If I tell you go right, you move your hand right. So we're gonna go pretty much straight back. Just don't push up. Right. There we go. And like backing up a tricycle. It's not the easiest thing in the world.
Especially when I'm short and can't see where I'm going. Alright, so then
That's what I'm for.
tie it down.
Yep, tie it down. I've got socks. Get the pedo cover and the pull lock in.
Okay.